Alright, so today I'm going to be exposing some cheaters. First, what's your guys' favorite song? I'm a big fan of Wednesday Morning Bonk, Wonder Bonk, and the Bonks Are Coming, and they're fast as fuck. Those are my 3 go-to songs. But basically, I'm going to be using mods myself to try to mock a perfect run, not abuse them and just, get over 1,000,000 kills or anything like that. I don't even know if that's possible if you abuse them. But my goal is to mock a perfect game with ideal items and use them to expose why there's no way people are getting more than the kills I get without cheating. I think you cannot get more than 500,000 to 600,000 kills without cheating. Like the people getting 700,000, 800,000, 900,000 kills, there's just no way. It's not possible. They've got to be cheating still. So I'm gonna give myself like a sucky magnet, enough Saurudos to survive all of them, all the floors, to die in the final swarm and survive as long as possible, but still safely make it to the next floor, which that's pretty unrealistic in a normal game. You would most likely not get a Saurudo on every single floor, but just to prove a point, I'm doing it, and I'll actually end up having to use a few more. I'm going to give myself an anvil on the first floor and the second floor to make it a little more realistic. I actually have gotten 2 anvils myself in a real game. Overpowered lamp, some cheese, unstable transfusion, just good early game items. And I'm also going to give myself a 50% difficulty buff to start the game, which is impossible, and a little bit of a luck increase to start the game. And I'll just go from there playing the game like normal. I'm gonna skip through giving myself some items, and I will see you then. Okay, so I went with some echo shards, keys, gold for moving, a little bit of movement speed, and a little bit of attack speed. The tomes we're going to be using today is the Curse Tome, Chaos Tome, XP Tome, and Luck Tome. And I wanted to use Frostwalker and Aura, but I didn't end up getting it. So I used Frostwalker and Dice instead. And Dice are really, really good as well. And Frostwalker ends up being essentially the same thing as an Aura. So once you get it leveled up, it's very strong, and the best weapons to have late game are those large size weapons that hit everyone at once, because you need to be killing everybody as soon as possible to get as many kills as possible. I'm gonna speed up the gameplay and let it roll, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, so we're coming up on the second wave of mini bosses here. It should be 5 this time, which is going to be good. And I have had to use 2 Zaurudos, or I'm about to use my second one. But that's okay because I have infinite, and I wasn't too worried about it. I promise I play better than this. I'd also like to just go ahead and put out there any high kill games I get that are actually on my account are all real. I've never modded any leaderboard runs. I already have every unlock in the game except for the cactus item, which is tedious to get, to say the least. I might not have the kill a final boss with Athena either, but every single achievement I've gotten, every skin I've unlocked except for the Robinette skins from this game, I have unlocked on my own because I really enjoy this game, and it's been really frustrating for me when I get this insanely good lucky run with good items, good rolls, just good everything, and I'm like top 500. I'm not even near the top, and it confused me how it could be possible I was that far behind. And now I'm not expecting to be top 10, but maybe top 100 for, playing the game after the update for an hour. I mean, it's tough to do that. And I ended up with, I believe my highest is 366,000 kills, which is not far off of where the leaderboard started, but they have over doubled that now for the top 10. And it's boggling to me, and it's kind of discouraging. So I'm not sure what the solution would be. Maybe having to upload a full VOD of, before you even go into the game, through the entire game, like starting the game, picking your character and everything, and going through the entire thing straight, no cuts or anything. That might be the only way to prove that a run is real, because even if you just mod a little bit to get the edge or use it to consistently get good runs, like the biggest problem is that you don't get the really good items you need every single run. So you only get a chance at getting on the leaderboard every 10, 20, 30 games you play. But if you use them just to get you those important items every single time you play, it's not going to look like you cheated, but you get an attempt at a top leaderboard run every single game. So I think the only real way to prove nobody is cheating to any extent is to either stream the entire thing or do a full upload to YouTube of opening the game with no clients open or anything, and then starting the run and doing it. I think that's the only way to really confirm that nobody's cheating. With that being said, I'm going to fast forward the gameplay again, and I will see you guys in a bit. Alright, coming up on the second floor, second wave of mini bosses. As you can see, it has picked up pretty dramatically. I am leveling up like crazy. My difficulty is already at 370%. My luck is at 560%. And I am still focusing difficulty, luck, and XP before I do Chaos Tome. And now that I have 2 anvils as well, I'll be taking red or legendary yellow weapon upgrades. But other than that, I'm going to continue focusing the tomes and just grind it out. I will see you in the final wave for this floor. Alright, we are maxed out now on the second floor. We are going to, I stopped at 1140 because we are coming up on the mark where I think it's going to be, this is the proof. This is why it's impossible. The red ghosts. The new addition to the final swarm are basically immune to execute, which makes Bloody Dagger, or Joe's Dagger, sorry, much weaker, and it also makes the Executioner a lot weaker. So I believe both of those have probably fallen out of meta. And they are fast. They are really fast and really tanky, and they scale like crazy. So you'll see I'm killing them right now at 12 minutes flat, but I don't think I even make it to 13 minutes. These ghosts are insane, and as you can see, I'm at 165,000 kills right now, and I am almost done with the final swarm as long as I can survive naturally on the second floor, which means I have 2 more final swarms to go. The 3rd floor and the 4th floor. The boss room, I guess. Alright, there it is. Almost 14 minutes. And the important thing to note here is that I went from killing them to now I can barely kill them. You see how long they're surviving? And that was basically an instantaneous swap. So I'm going to fast forward through this floor now, and I will see you guys in the boss room for the final swarm, and we'll see how far I make it. Alright, so I insta-killed the boss, and we are here in the final swarm. I am, as you can see, I'm at 390,000 kills, and I have one more swarm to go. And towards the end, I will step up the amount of items I have just to make a point that it is basically impossible to make it much farther than I did, and that I think anybody in the range of 500,000 to 600,000 kills is suspicious, and anybody over that is is guaranteed to be cheating. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. I know it's a long video. It's hard to make these runs short. I sped up almost all of the gameplay, and I did what I could, but I will also speed up this last final swarm, and I will see you guys at the very end to talk about the stats. Alright, we're coming up on the end here. As you can see, they have a nice solid ring around me. I am barely killing anything at this point. The kills have slowed down. I've reached 600,000 and I just died out of nowhere. I didn't even see anything hit me, but these guys are insta-kills at 20 minutes. There's no way to survive past this, in my opinion, without some form of God mode. As you can see here, I had 11 Joe's daggers, 7 bloody cleavers, 23 big bonks, 22 chonk plates, 14 beefy rings, 36 demonic souls. These items you could not get in a normal run, at least not all of them combined, and I still only made it to 602,000. So I wanted to show you that I've done everything. I already had everything completed. Robinette is the only character I've ever used mods on, and that will continue to be the case. So if you liked the video, I wouldn't mind if you liked or subscribed, and I hope you can see where I'm coming from with this, that if I can only get 602,000 kills using heavy mods, then I really question the people who are getting 600,000, 700,000, 800,000 kills or even more on the leaderboard right now.